Hello, welcome to this session on digital libraries. I'm Dr. Rupesh Kumar. In this session, we'll be discussing the characteristics of digital libraries. But before we do that, let us understand what a digital library is. A pioneer in the field of digital libraries, Ian H. Witten defines digital library as a focused collection of digital objects including text, video, and audio, along with methods for access and retrieval, and for selection, organization, and maintenance of the collection. Let's try to dissect this definition to understand the meaning of the digital library better. A digital library is a collection of digital objects. This digital object may manifest in a variety of forms, including text, audio, video, 3D objects, simulations created using computer software, or dynamic visualization such as graphs and charts and infographics, and even virtual reality worlds. The access and retrieval methods mentioned in the definition are meant for the end user of the digital library. And the methods for selection, organization, and maintenance of these collections are relevant for the librarian or the library staff, or I may also say the digital library administrator. After having understood the meaning of digital library, it's time to dwell upon the characteristics of digital libraries. Let me confess that the characteristics discussed herein are only illustrative. I have drawn out only the most salient characteristics, not all. The first characteristic of a digital library is that it is a library without walls. This means that digital libraries, unlike physical libraries or traditional libraries, do not have geographical barriers for accessing the contents. However, a point to be noted is that digital libraries do have boundaries in respect of their content and purpose. No digital library in the world can claim itself to be self sufficient, containing all the contents in the universe of knowledge. The second characteristic is that digital libraries are distinct from the World Wide Web. Digital libraries differ from the World Wide Web in one essential feature. The World Wide Web consumes, takes in all kinds of content without having any regard to the standardization of the organization or the arrangement of content. On the other hand, digital libraries are very standardized, rather highly standardized in terms of the selection and organization of content. The third feature of or characteristic of a digital library is that it is different from a website. Websites may or may not have the methods for search and retrieval of information. On some websites, you may not even find the methods for the facility for searching the contents within the website. Every file on a website may not have the metadata or the descriptive information and a distinct identifier associated with it. However, in a digital library, in addition to the content or the file, emphasis is given on capturing the metadata or the bibliographic details, and a unique identifier is assigned to each record. In a website, more emphasis is on the presentation. On the other hand, in a digital library, emphasis is on content organization. The next characteristic is simultaneous multiple access. Digital libraries provide access to digital content to thousands of users at the same time. The access is boundless, meaning it doesn't have any boundaries. The original content, the digital material or the computer file that resides in the digital library can be obtained by thousands of users, accessed and used by thousands of users at the same time. As regards the time of access, digital libraries provide access to the content round the clock. A user may get access to the content 24 hours in a day and 7 days of a week. They provide access to the content throughout the year. There is no time restriction for accessing the content, as in the case of traditional library. However, in order to provide 24 by 7 access, a digital library has to be hosted on the World Wide Web. Only an online digital library can provide 24 by 7 access, not a digital library which is made available for access only on the intranet of an organization, or a digital library hosted only on a local storage device. As far as the information retrieval is concerned, in comparison to the tools available for information retrieval in the traditional library, digital libraries offer better tools. Browsing and searching are two essential features in any digital library. Browsing is sequential and hierarchical, whereas searching is non-sequential, direct, and random. A user can avail browsing and searching facility in a digital library in order to discover the contents available therein. On the negative side, digital libraries are completely dependent on technology. A traditional library can be run without the help of technology. However, a digital library cannot even be set up without the use of technology. Suitable hardware and software infrastructure are absolute requirements, and establishing and maintaining technological infrastructure, of course, needs good investment. Therefore, digital libraries involve higher cost, higher investment, at least in the initial stages. And lastly, digital libraries, in order to run smooth, need technically trained staff. Uh, Non-trained, untrained staff cannot even manage digital libraries. So, staff with good knowledge of hardware and software is necessary in order to manage digital libraries. So, there we go. We have had an overview on the most important characteristics of digital libraries. Thank you for listening to me.